I think we're going. Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates, then immediately go to Keith's channel, 93 Lumber spelled out. Today's beer is also courtesy of Keith, so thank you so much, Keith. Really appreciate it, brother. And then go to Shaun's channel, Nerd Sense, and subscribe, hit the notification bell, also there. What's up, guys?
What's going on, Kyle? What's going on, Keith?
This is super rad. This is rad. I was saying off camera, it's in real life, it's been a little bit since I've done a beer review, so I'm like super stoked to be doing this. And again, guys, the beer's courtesy of Keith, so I really appreciate it. It's a free will beer, so I'm going to go out on a limb and say this beer's going to be amazing because these guys just crush it. Cool can art, as always. They have a great artist who does their stuff. Lord Business. It's a double West Coast IPA. We're wondering if it's like old school West Coast, new school. So like we're really excited to try it. It's 9% ABV. Hops are Mosaic, Cashmere, Cascade, and Chinook. None of us have had it before. And that's all the stuff I was going to say, guys. Anything else before we open it up?
I'm excited.
Yeah. All right. Let's I'll do some less talking. Once we open it up, one of you guys can talk about what it looks like.
I did have a question, but we can do it while we're pouring. Keith, do you know who the artist is? Because it's clear it's like one person, it seems like.
Yeah. It doesn't say on the cans. I think they might have put it on one can that I had, or maybe it was on Instagram. They posted something.
Because it's awesome.
I don't know.
This is like frameable art.
Yeah, I might follow the artist on Instagram. I think, it was like posted one time, and I'm like, oh, that's who does the artwork, and I think I might have followed them.
Yeah,
but I can't think of their name, and I don't see it on this one.
Yeah, I have seen their name, but I don't remember what it is.
I can already smell this, and it smells delicious.
Oh yeah,
it's definitely looking West Coasty.
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry, you guys. One of you guys is supposed to talk about what it looks like. I'm taking a break from talking.
It's sunshine in a glass. It's gorgeous. It's like a little orangey too, but it's like the head is perfect. It's really pretty.
Yeah, mine's a little dark because my light is over there. So.
Funny, Keith. I was just trying to look at the three of ours. I think Shaun's on camera is the closest to real life.
Yours is almost there, Kyle. But yeah, Keith's is. Well,
yeah.
Keith's yours is a little more so now, Joe.
Right here.
Yeah.
It's a little lighter than this.
Yeah. An amalgamation of all three that we're holding.
Yes.
Up. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, good amount of head.
Yeah.
Pretty looking
had
beer.
some, but yeah. Slightly hazy or cloudy or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. It looks like unfiltered, you know.
I don't know if you're allowed to call West Coast style beers hazy. I don't know if that's allowed.
Someone's gonna get very upset online.
Just
coming for us in the comments.
Can't say that about West Coast beers, dude. It's offensive. It's unfiltered looking.
Oh, right. My mistake.
Anything else about the look before we get into the aroma proper?
I don't think so.
All right, let's get into it.
What is that?
It's like marmalade, right?
Very marmalade-y. I get the slightest like floral potpourri without it being like an off, like where you're like, oh, it smells like someone's bathroom. No, like it's like a little bit floral that way. It's really nice and soft. I get the marmalade way more than I get the floral note, but I do get that.
Oh, I get that.
Oh, really? More than the marmalade?
There's like this big like floral kind of bubblegum kind of note.
Ooh.
I can see the bubblegum.
I think it's the floral note you're talking about, but there's a little bit of not kind of like Bazooka Joe.
Yeah,
Bazooka
I was going to say you're talking
rather
like
than
actual bubble gum. Yeah, not like Fruit Stripes or whatever that was. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Which is interesting because I associate that more with like a New England style IPA, you know, but I do get some of that too.
It's like, what is that? It's so good. Is it like tangerine? There's something. It's something. I don't know what it is.
Well, Shaun, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You were going first.
Well,
Go
you
ahead.
and I agree for sure. Like, there's this orange marmalade thing.
Yeah.
I think there's also another citrus element, which I think is
Yes.
what Keith's trying to get at. That might just be more real fruit. You know what it is? To me, it's like the essential oils of opening up.
Yes.
Time.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
that versus. It's not like orange juice. It's more of the
Yeah.
yeah.
You
Like
said
the
tangerine,
oils.
Keith, and what immediately popped into my head after smelling it again, and it could have just been because you said it, but like, Uinta, they make like a tangerine IPA. They're out of the Midwest. Uinta Brewing. Is it Uinta
Oh.
Brewing? Or
I know
Uinta?
what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know how
yeah.
to pronounce it. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
They had a really good. I don't know if it was a black IPA, but I think it was called Black Sheep.
Oh.
I drank
Was
a lot
that
of
them? I know exactly. Yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. That was good. Yeah.
I don't know. Are they still around? Like, they just kind of.
That's one of those ones I don't know. I don't see their
Used
stuff
to get them
ever.
all. I see them all the time, and now I just don't. Yeah.
Don't. Yeah, it's cool because you get like real orange, tangerine, whatever in there. You get the marmalade thing, but kind of like it's not the bubblegum thing, but I almost do also get a confectionery orange. Like
Yes.
Yeah, it's
we
like
use chemicals to make you think it smells like orange. Like there's also
Yeah.
there's just a lot of different citrus elements. It's all in the orange family though. But yeah, I think
like
it's
those candy orange slices, kind of like that.
It's
It's
exactly
not quite that, but it's
it's
or at
exactly
least-
that without the extra sugar because it doesn't
Oh,
have
yeah,
any
like
sweetness,
sugar coated on
but
it. Yep.
it's that to me it's that smell without the sugariness. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about the taste, guys? Or anything else about the aroma?
Okay.
Or all right,
Let's do it.
It smells. If this is half as good as it smells, then
we're in for a treat. You got that right, brother.
Yeah.
I'm
All
always going to be on the bottom because
Cheers.
it's way harder for me to mess up cheersing if I'm on the bottom.
right. I know I gotta look at like the closet door, like over in this direction. Yes, yes. Cheers,
Cheers,
guys.
guys.
cheers.
That's what I
I
wanted.
also, besides not doing a beer review in a while, I've had some beers just off camera. I haven't had an IP of any kind in a while. This is like such a reminder of why I love all these different IPA styles. This is freaking awesome.
The first thing about this, it kind of just like takes me back to that period when like pre hazy IPAs, you know what I mean? Like, because it does have that classic West Coast vibe.
Yeah.
But it is juicy. It's like very very juicy, I guess. I forget.
The
where I was
orange
going
is
with
more. There's an orange juice characteristic that didn't come through on the nose. It sort of reminds me of like the first thing that came to mind was Sunny D, but I don't want to say Sunny D. And I guess I just said it twice. But like it's not like fresh squeezed orange juice, but it's more like a more artificial orange juice. So maybe it is Sunny D, I'm trying to say, or yeah.
that. What is that? Yeah. I know what you're saying. I think there's is it like Tang or something? I don't.
That's what I think I was thinking of. Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. Like I know what you're saying. I'm not sure which one it is, but yeah. It's one of those orange drinks.
I get a good amount of like I bit into an orange to start peeling it. Like I get the zest and pithiness.
Mm-hmm.
And I was struggling with, is it then like some of the juice of biting into it, or is it more of like an orange drink kind of a flavor? So I'll definitely default to you guys. It's more of that, but I do get a good zesty rindiness, like real orange that way first. You know what's an interesting thing? I just picked this off camera. We were talking about like which one of these free wills we should do, and I just wanted the lower alcohol of these West Coast IPAs that Keith gave us. I grabbed the other one first and saw that it said 11%. So I'm like, well, I know it's not that one. So I grabbed this one, and I didn't know the ABV until I looked at the hops off camera. I didn't even pay attention to the ABV. I say all that to say this. The 9%, I don't taste, and I think it's drying out the beer a little bit at the end, which is kind of nice because it does have some sweet juice vibes, almost like the orange drink thing. But then it dries out without the alcohol showing, and it's kind of like, I don't say needed, but it's like really appreciated that it does that at the finish for me. So those are some of my initial thoughts.
Yeah, I didn't even, just side note, I didn't even realize what the ABVs on these were. I just assumed that the triple was 10 because that's what everybody does their triple IPAs at.
It's so common, right? That it's 10.
And then I thought this one was like 8.
That's what I would have thought with the double IPA moniker. But as we know, that stuff is so fluid. I mean,
yeah.
When I hear 9, I'm like, this is sort of triple territory sometimes. It depends. It depends who the brewery is. Like 9 is pretty high for a double IPA.
Yeah. A little bit of that floral. To me, it follows a nose where I was getting more of the orange stuff first and then the floral. And I do get a little bit of floral, but it is less than the orange stuff in the taste.
Yeah. There is a little bit of that, like when you were saying on the, was it you or was it Kyle or Keith, the confectionery sugar vibe? There is like a really good level of sweetness too. Like if you kind of like look through the orange drink, there is like a little bit more of that confectionery sweetness, which is really good. And then like it kind of bitters off at the end. Like the bitterness in this is like perfect. It's like just what you want in a double West Coast.
Yeah, with the bitterness first kicking in and then that drying from the alcohol. I mean, it's a really nice ride. You get the sweetness up front. I don't get I'm trying to think back to what we were saying for the aroma. The bubble gumminess, I don't really get in the taste. It's a smooth beer,
especially for 9%.
This could go down easy and fast.
Yeah.
And from a hop standpoint, like I can see the Chinook, I can see the bitterness from the Cascade. I haven't had Cashmere in like a while, so I kind of forget what that gives off. And from a Mosaic standpoint, I'm wondering if the Mosaic is sort of giving off like the juicier vibes than the other 3 hops. But yeah, either way, this is a crazy hop combination and it all works.
Yeah, because you don't see these 4 often. Cashmere, I don't know much about it other than it's one of the hops. It's not like Enigma, which I like actively don't seek out. Cashmere is just kind of a meh. It doesn't detract for me like an Enigma can, but it doesn't like draw me in like a Citra. And yeah, Mosaic, I mean, I still sometimes get a berry note from Mosaic, not in this beer. But yeah, maybe some of that juiciness, like the generic juiciness that's there, could be.
Yeah. I think I am getting like a maltiness. There is like a soft, like straw kind of thing. And that's what I miss about like these like newer school West Coasts is they usually go like new school malt grain or malt bill and then kind of do whatever with the hops sometimes. Like I know Fiden's does the like they do like new West Coast with like newer hops. But they don't have they don't have that malt. I mean, this isn't like super malt backbone West Coast style IPA, but you do get a little malt in there, which is nice
for sure.
I didn't know Biden's did West Coast beers.
Yeah, it's what is it, North Park out on the West Coast kind of. I think they get credit for kind of pioneering this new style of West Coast. That's not quite a hybrid, but kind of a hybrid of New England and traditional West Coast.
Oh, cool.
And so they kind of, taught Fiden's like, here's how we do that. So they produce a decent amount of that, like this new West Coast style.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think it adds to what I perceive as marmalade, Keith. Like I think that malty sweetness, because you're right, like a New England style IPA, the sweetness usually is more like, it just tastes juicy. That's the sweetness working with the hops, whereas this has some of that, don't get me wrong, but it's like, no, it's just malt sweetness. Like this, like it's its own category, not like it's interwoven in the beer, whereas like in a New England style IPA, the sweetness is interwoven with the hop fruitiness to make it just taste like juice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at first I didn't even like get it at all, and then I started thinking about it because I was looking at the color and I was like, "There's got to be malt in this. There's got to be like some sort of thing." But yeah, it is in that orange marmalade kind of thing. So, which is makes it nice.
Yeah, and you're right. Like I long for that sometimes. You know, like it's like, oh yeah, like I used to drink a lot of IPAs that had that. I liked that aspect of it, and like I appreciate it's here. Yeah, that last sip, I actually just got a little bit of kind of a cross between pine and like a dank thing. Um, it's not a bigger one of the flavors there, but just like a little bit whispering throughout. That's the only other new thing I got in that last sip that I haven't already said.
Yeah, I think that kind of comes through. Yeah, like I said, it whispers throughout, and then it kind of amps itself up as it finishes, and it bitters off, and that like little bit of resiny dank. Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if it's like my palate acclimating or our palate acclimating, but like it's definitely a lot less juicy now and more of that like piney stuff I'm getting, and that kind of thing. And yeah, it kind of this is. I mean, I know I gave you guys the beer, and I don't want to be like, of course, I gave you a great beer, but it's good. I like
I picked a good one, right, guys? No, this is awesome. Yeah.
Keith said something I want to comment on. So a lot of folks folks will comment that either the beer reviews are too short or they're too long sometimes, right? But if you do a short beer review, we would have never got to the point of what Keith just said, probably about the malt, right? Because like your palate is going to acclimate to the beer you're drinking. If you're just doing a quick 3-minute review, you're probably going to miss some stuff, right? If you're not really looking, especially in like, if you're doing it solo, probably right. But this way we're talking, it's like that, we're each pulling something different, and then your palate's changing. You're like, oh, I do find the malt, because now like you're used to the orange marmalade stuff. So for those people that say sometimes beer reviews are too long, there's a good reason for it.
Huge trade-off for sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes in my beer reviews, I'll say like, this should have been a live stream, because like I can just tell this beer is going to change, or I'm going to notice different things. But the format of how I do beer reviews, it's not going to be enough time to get to all that. And
right.
For sure. Speaking of time, any last thoughts before we wrap this up, guys?
I'm good.
I can't believe after all these sips, I'm still not getting any sort of compounding alcohol taste at all.
No, not at all.
It's
no,
really well
hidden. Hides it very well.
Yeah, and it's not like the dryness isn't compounding all that much either.
No,
so it's
pretty consistent every sip. Yeah.
So it's nice, and that is my final
Well, thanks for providing the beer, Keith.
Yeah, Keith, man, thank you so much for providing the beer. Thank you guys both so much for the company, and for helping me create a video for my channel that totally still exists. There's just going to be less videos for a bit. But yeah, this is good. And anyone wondering, Bruno's doing fine right now. All right, well, thanks again. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys check out Keith at 93 Lumber, Shaun at Nerd Sense. I will add them in the description box below, and probably the title. So a couple places you can click, find their channels. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews about those places. Please like, comment, subscribe, find the end recording video, and press that button. Cheers.
Bye. You really threw me for a loop, Kyle.
Bye.